Well, we are finally here for the college football playoffs of the 2025 season. And we got some chaos because it's kind of crazy that there's only one conference in college football that always gets the pass by the committee, which is the SEC. Because the SEC pretty much runs college football. Because BYU gets punished in playing the Big 12 championship, though the only really good teams they played was Texas Tech, and they got bounced out of the playoffs. But Alabama gets waxed by Georgia, and they didn't get out of the playoffs. And Texas and Vanderbilt were left out, and also Notre Dame were left out as well, which that is kind of crazy to even think about. But Miami got in. I did not like that two G5 schools were in. I would have been happy if there was like one G5 school and Notre Dame should have been in. But it is what the playoffs is. It's a lot better this year, though, than last year. Last year was just the start of the playoff system and to see how it goes in the future. So, round one, we got a rematch. This is going to be epic, in my opinion, because Alabama, I don't know what's going on with them because the last three games have been very sketchy and suspect, especially for Kellen DeBoer and that team. So Alabama is going on the road to face off number 8 Oklahoma, and Alabama has stayed the same. Just something about them this year, or the last three games, have been very suspect. And so we'll see how it goes when they'll be playing on December 19th, which is a Friday at 8 p.m., the college football playoffs first round. It's going to be very interesting to see. Oklahoma, though, Oklahoma, their offense has been struggling the last few games as well, and they're like a hit or miss. Their defense is solid. Alabama's defense is also not bad either, so I wouldn't count them out in this game. But Oklahoma's offense has been very up and down, and it all revolves around John Mateer, in my opinion, and Brent Venables. We'll see how they'll do against Alabama again at home. So as a further ado, let's go ahead and go through this video as per usual. If you guys want to skip this video or skip all throughout the video, just go at the end and you guys can see the prediction. All right, so first is location, which is at Memorial Stadium, Oklahoma, in Norman, Oklahoma. So, hey, Alabama could potentially beat Oklahoma at Oklahoma like Oklahoma did at Alabama. So anything can happen. So there you guys have it with the location. Just want to put that in there, which is kind of a little bit. But so here's the location. Next, we got previous week. Alabama, I don't know what happened to them against Georgia, but they got destroyed. The pressure on that defensive line from Georgia was insane. So they lost 28-7, and their record is 10-3 and 7-1 in conference. Oklahoma almost lost to LSU and had their chances to be bounced out of the playoffs, but they beat LSU 17-13. So they kind of been struggling on offense lately, and the record is 10-2 and 6-2 in the conference. So not bad for them, but it's almost like a rematch from last year's team from the first meeting this year. It's kind of weird. So, but yeah. Anyways, previous meeting, of course, like I just said earlier, Oklahoma beat Alabama at Alabama 23-21 on November 15th of 2025. And for some strange reason, Oklahoma has Alabama's number, like Alabama does have Georgia's number, but not yesterday. But Oklahoma leads 5 wins, 2 losses, and one tie in the all-time series. So there you guys have it. All right, so these stat leaders for offense and for defense. Quarterback Ty Simpson went 19 for 39 with 212 yards of passing. He had 5.4 yards average per throw, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. That dude struggled throughout the whole night because, Alabama's offensive line cannot stop Georgia's defense with that pressure. It was just insane how many times that Georgia's defense was just always getting to the quarterback. So running back Daniel Hill filled in for Alabama because Jan Miller was hurt, especially from the Auburn game. He had 4 carries, 11 yards rushing, averaged about 2.8 per carry, had 0 touchdowns. So they struggled yet again with the running game. It's been their issue all season long. Wide receiver Jeremy Bernard, who's a solid wide receiver, he had 6 receptions, 62 yards of receiving, averaged about 10.3 average per catch. He had 1 touchdown as well. All right, Oklahoma, John Mateer. He's been kind of going not inconsistent, but kind of on a roller coaster. He had 23 for 38 with 318 yards of passing. Not bad, but 8.4 yards average. Had 2 touchdowns and those 3 interceptions, what kept LSU in that game. Running back, Torrey Blaylock, he had 11 carries, 42 yards, averaged about 3.8 per carry, had 0 touchdowns, so not great for Oklahoma for the running game as well. Wide receiver, Isaiah Sategna III, had 9 receptions, 121 receiving yards, averaged about 13.4 per catch. He had 1 touchdown. So there you guys have it for the offensive leaders or the stat leaders. Now for defense, Deontay Lawson, he had 6 total tackles for defensive linemen and 4 solo. Linebacker Nakai Hill-Green had 7 total tackles, 4 solo, 0.5 total tackles for loss. He had 2 pass deflections as well. Defensive back Bray Hubbard had 6 total tackles and 3 solo. So there you guys have it for the defense of Alabama. And then next we have the defensive players, stat leaders for Oklahoma. All right, so defensive lineman Grayson Holton, he had 4 total tackles, 2 solo, 1 tackles for loss. A linebacker Kendall Daniels had 7 total tackles, 5 solo. The defensive back Peyton Bowen, he had 6 total tackles, 1 solo, and 1 pass deflection. So there you guys have it for the stat leaders for offense and for defense. Then we have the full team stats. All right, Alabama had 209 yards on offense. They allowed 297 yards on defense. Passing, they had 212 yards of passing, and they allowed 156 yards of passing, which is not bad at all. Rushing, this stat blew me away. This was crazy. I didn't realize it from last night. They only had a total of 3 negative yards on offense, mainly probably because Ty Simpson got sacked or just the pressure and just their defense was just too good for Alabama. Defense, they allowed 141 yards of rushing, and it was just crazy to see negative 3 yards in the SEC championship game. All right, so for Oklahoma, they had 393 yards on offense. They allowed 198 yards on defense, not bad. But then again, LSU struggled throughout the whole year with passing. Offense, they had 318 yards. Defense, they allowed 113 yards, which is pretty good. Rushing, which is another issue for Oklahoma, just like Alabama, is they had 75 yards of rushing, but not as crazy as negative 3 yards for Alabama. But defense, they only allowed 85 yards on defense, which their defense is pretty solid for Oklahoma. More team stats. Alabama only had 11 first downs yesterday. Their third down conversion rate was 3 by 14, which is 21%. They were fourth down conversions. They were 1 for 3 with 33%, so not great at all yesterday. There was one play at the end which did not make any sense, which, yes, I understand they were down 2 touchdowns, but to go for it on like 4th and 2 or something like that, when it was like on their 20-yard line and like they failed, and when Ty Simpson overthrew his receiver, and then, of course, Georgia scored with Zachariah Branch, I think, and that was kind of stupid because they could have gone 3 and out for Georgia and had better field position. But, I mean, hey, the game's on the line, so you got to do what you got to do. So on turnovers, they had 1 turnover on offense. They had 0 turnovers on defense. They only had 1 penalty, which is crazy, in the SEC championship game, and their time of possession was 23 minutes and 8 seconds, so not great at all. For Oklahoma, they had 14 first downs. They weren't really great on the third down conversions. They were 4 for 15 with 26%. They were 0-1 in 4th down conversions. Turnovers, they had 3 turnovers, which is probably those 3 interceptions, and they forced 1 turnover probably at the end to help seal the deal versus LSU. Penalties, they had 8 penalties, which is 60 yards in scrimmage. And their time of possession was 30 minutes and 41 seconds. All right, so team comparisons. Lastly, Alabama is ranked 12th out of 136 schools in the nation, and their rating is 20.6. Offense, they're ranked 22nd in the nation with having about 35.3 points per game. Defense, they're ranked 6th out of the nation, which their defense and their offense have been kind of suspect the last 3 games. They average about 14.2 points per game allowed. The record at home, though, this is why they're in the playoffs, because they beat number 16 ranked Vandy, number 11 ranked Tennessee. They did lose to Oklahoma and Georgia, but that was in the championship. But their away record, they beat number 5 UGA at UGA, which is Georgia, and they beat Missouri at Missouri, which that was a solid game as well. So they had a lot of close games that could have gone either way. But they're 7-1 at home, and they're 4-1 away. And their ranked teams record versus ranked teams is 4-2. All right, so Oklahoma had also a solid year for them. They're right behind Alabama. They're ranked 13th in the nation with having 19.3 points as a rating. Their offense, though, has been suspect as well, just like Alabama. They're 52nd ranked in the nation, average about 30.7 points per game. Their defense, though, was really solid. They're ranked 3rd out of the nation with only allowing 11.9 points per game. The record at home is 6-2, with beating number 15th ranked Michigan, 22nd ranked Auburn at the time, and they lost to number 8th ranked Ole Miss. But they also did lose to Texas, who were unranked at the time on a neutral site. But Texas, I think, should have been still ranked. Record away, they're 4-0, which is this. Oklahoma had a solid year this year. I mean, they're 4-0 away. They beat Tennessee, which was ranked 14th at the time. Number 4 Alabama, number 22 Missouri, and the record against ranked teams is 5-1. So Oklahoma is pretty good. They just need to work on their offense, just like Alabama needs to work on their offense as well. So this is going to be tough. I don't trust Alabama, but you can never bet against Alabama if Nick Saban was still a head coach. But I think that this fuels a fire for Alabama to beat Oklahoma since Oklahoma beat Alabama. But I still think that Oklahoma is going to win this game. It's at Oklahoma, and that's a tough environment. And the spread is going to be -6 points. And I think it's going to be a low-scoring game once again. And my score is going to be 27-21. So let me know what you guys think about this game. I think it's going to be a very close game. Probably not going to be a one-sided game like against Georgia. So let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. And I hope you guys enjoy this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a great rest of the day. And yeah, just comment down below and see what you guys think. And peace out.